Again, defending champion. What would you like to ask of one or two or three of these candidates?
I'm gonna go like some people. So a lot of people think that you have.
The only thing that I know ahead of time is the challenges. And if I had a huge advantage, I would have won every single merge challenge. You know, I didn't pick up any. I didn't know where any idols were hidden. I left that up to the host. I didn't know how alliances were going to work out. You know, I just had to fend for my own self and work a social game. I didn't have any advantage coming into it whether I could make it to the final three or not. That's all how I did it. The only thing that I knew ahead of time was the challenges, and if I didn't know, someone else was going to have to make them up, and it might not look the way it did now.
Is that it, Tyler? I mean, Dylan? I call everybody Tyler. Call Jared Tyler, call Dylan Tyler. For the jury, for the three candidates.
Oh, it's like on to a specific person, but it's just like, what's your biggest regret in the game? Or if you have any.
Is this for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Biggest regret?
I'd have to say I don't have any. I mean, blindsided people. It's a game. Don't really feel bad about it.
I'm sort of in the same boat. Every move that I made had a purpose, and that's how I live my life too. I don't have really regrets.
I think getting so wrapped up in alliances and not focusing just on the game, and trusting alliances too much, because you just get caught up in like groups against groups instead of just challenges.
Okay, very good. So Morgan, what's your question?
What is y'all's biggest move, that you think that you orchestrated, that you had a big part in, that you got the whole entire game? Or if you think.
I think my biggest move was a 3-in-1. You know, I was the only person in the whole game who knew where all three hidden immunity idols were at the whole time. I managed to keep that information to myself. And through that, I managed to blindside two people in a row who had the other immunity idols, so I was left the only one. And it came up with Immigrant at the last blindside, making sure people felt safe and then writing down their name.
So you said you're the only one who knew where all three idols were. You're talking about after they were found. You knew who had the idols.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jenna?
What was the question?
What do you think your biggest
move
is that you made?
I can't say I had a big move. I kind of stayed low the whole game. I'm going to be honest.
I think the same. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so one more jury member. Morgan?
For all three, if you had 3 words to describe your strategies, attitude, experience in the game, what would they be?
To describe our strategies and
Just how you play.
That's 2 words.
low key.
Yes.
That's 2. And okay.
Just make one word.
Okay, one word.
Low key, yeah.
I think 3 words to sum up my game was socialness, strategist, and deceptiveness.
Are we doing 1 or 3?
Either one.
Yeah.
You can even do 2 if you want.
Just throw some out there.
Stop with more questions.
I have to think.
You have to answer it.
Do I not? Okay, 'cause I can't think of it.
Okay, so it's time for the vote, and I will cast the first 2 votes on behalf of Anna and Clara, and their top votes were one of you 3, and so I can just write down their top votes. They gave us top 5, so I'll start it out, and and then we'll let the jury follow after me for Jacob. What's Jacob's name? Anna sent hers in by text because she had to leave early. Okay, so Jacob, and then Clara voted for Tyler. Put Tyler's name down. So Tyler, that's Clara's vote. Okay.
Okay, so I picked Jacob. I think he played this game very well with all of his strategies, alliances. He did very well in the physical and mental challenges, and honestly, it's his last Survivor. He kind of deserves to win.
So I picked Jacob because he can win, because I've been wanting him to win for the longest time, and I'm so happy that he wins. He deserves to win more than anybody who's ever played. He outwit, he outplayed, he outlasts. He played the best strategic game. He lost challenges just so he doesn't seem as a really big threat. Emma Good, so everybody was like, oh, she's really good, we need to get her out. So yeah, he just played amazing. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy. I hope he wins.
I picked this person because I really liked her answers and that in the last tribal council, and throughout the game she just kind of stayed true to our alliance, and I don't know, I felt like she competed really well. She came back from Redemption Island, and so she fought hard.
Alright, my vote goes to Jacob because I know this means the most to him and he wants it so bad, and he's put a lot of time and effort into this whole thing, and I feel like the perfect way to end his Survivor campaign is to give him a win, and I hope this gets him on the real show too.
Okay, let me say first of all, we're almost done, and I'll have to leave after this because I have some things I've got to do. I've got to be at Lipscomb tonight. My wife and I are going to a thing over there. And I want to say that I've enjoyed getting to know many of you that I didn't know. And I knew some of you, but I've had a blast. Last night wasn't so fun, sleeping on the ground between roots, but I left this morning at 5 o'clock and went home and slept in my own bed for 2 or 3 hours. So you all have just handled yourself so well. Your attitudes have been great, and you just show, that there's a way to act as a teenager that's cool without being stupid. And I appreciate that. And I like the way you show respect for one another. That's a big deal. And when you got voted out or whatever, you didn't win a challenge, you're disappointed, but hey, that's no big deal. And I want to especially thank Jared, because Jared's helped a whole lot. He got voted out yesterday. And the camera guys, listen, these guys, they worked very hard. And so I wanted to wait until it didn't matter, because I didn't want to impress the vote in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but I do think that credit needs to be given where credit's due. Jacob is my son, but I would like to say that everything that's been put together, Jacob has done it. Morgan's probably helped some, I know she has, but he wanted this to be Morgan to not have to work this year, and that she could just enjoy it too. So he has been working for weeks and months on this thing, spent a lot of his own money he's worked very hard for, just so you guys, his friends, could have a good time. So I'm saying that now because this doesn't influence the vote. The vote's already been cast. Whoever wins is going to win $100. Is it cash? They're going to win $100 cash. And I just know that Jacob's worked very hard to put it all together. And I went in there, before we got started, he had it all lined up in there. All the tables had everything labeled. Has a 40-page book. He's diagrammed everything. And so I think we should give Jacob a big round of applause for putting it all together. That doesn't mean you're going to win, but we'll see. Okay, are we ready to read the votes? Okay. Is this the last year of Survivor? So how many years this make?
This will be 4.5.
Okay.
Half. No, church. It was like one night. It was.
I was awful. That didn't count.
Yeah, it was like it.
I got out first, and then when I tried to go to sleep, I kept getting hit with balls.
Okay. All right. So this is an historic moment because it's the last Survivor. And hopefully see you guys on television someday in the real Survivor.
No.
And who knows, once Mitch puts this thing on YouTube and it goes viral and all that kind of stuff, and the people from the real Survivor sees this thing and says, wow, this group of kids put together something pretty cool. So we ready to find out who the winner is? Drum roll. Okay, first vote is Jacob.
Oh, it's interesting.
Second vote is Jenna. 1 vote Jacob, 1 vote Jenna. Third vote is Tyler. 1, 1, and 1 with 3 votes left. The fourth vote is Jacob.
Okay.
2 votes Jacob, 1 vote Jenna, 1 vote Tyler. The winner of Survivor is Jacob. All right. Congratulations. So do you have a speech you would like to give since you finally won Survivor? You've tried so many times.
Yeah, guys, this is my 4th year. I've tried so hard. I'm just grateful that y'all aren't salty or mad or think that I cheated, because I really had to play this game off of my social skills, and luckily I just got to the end off of working my magic with words. So I want to thank y'all for not being really salty, you know, jealous group of people, because this happened year after year. So thank you guys. And
Okay. Okay. Great job, everybody. Everybody. And if everybody would just help. See y'all. See everybody. See you guys. See y'all.
That was my bad.